G'day everybody, I'm Jason and we're going to start on our first animation project. So I have a new Scratch project here, and first of all I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of the cat with the scissors, and then we want to create a new sprite, and the sprite that we're going to create needs to be one of the characters that can animate. Not all of the characters in Scratch have animation effects, and if you go to the walking attribute, pretty much all of these do. There's a number of others as well, especially in music and dance, that have multiple images for animating. So what we're going to do is pick something like the girl walking character. And if I click up here on the costumes, you can see there's 4 costumes that comes with this sprite when I added it in. So if you pick a character and you are not sure if you can animate that character, just have a look after you load it which costumes it has. So this is essentially the different pages that we're going to flip between, just like our flipbook. So what we need to do is tell our code now to flip from one costume to the next. So if I go to my scripts and I look at the looks tab, there's a next costume. And if I drag that out, each time I click on that, you can see my character changes to the next costume. And you can see once I click on the costume that the costume's actually changed. So that's how we're going through each of the costumes. But we don't want to just sit there and continually click on this. So I'm going to add a loop in here to do that forever. So I add a forever loop. Now if I click on this, you can see she's walking, but a little too fast for my liking, maybe yours as well, unless you've got a pretty slow computer perhaps. So we need to slow that down. So I'm going to put a wait block in there as well. And a good amount of time to wait I've found is around about 0.1 of a second or 0.2 of a second. So now when I click on this, we'll get something a little bit more reasonable. So you can see that lets her walk. So if we're looking at the costumes, you can see we're cycling through all of our costumes, just the different images, and it's showing the person walking. And if I want to, I can also add the ability for her to move across the screen. So I can say move, and probably like 15 steps at a time. And then if I'm on the edge, we want to bounce. You've probably seen this before as well on my bouncing ball projects. Maybe just a little bit faster. Let's try 25. Just to try to match up her walking speed with the amount of steps that she's doing. So there we have our first animation of our character moving around on the screen. So stay tuned for the next project activity.